This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today it's live third round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. It is nice to have that one in your bag, to be able to hit it that long.
Yeah, that has to be at least 315 yards.
Frank, what's the best way to attack on this second shot, opening hole?
Yeah, less confusion, Rich. Just look at the flag. This is a fairly flat piece of fairway we're heading off, and to a green that's very generous.
Players still fighting the strong winds out there today.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. On to the second hole, 171 yards, tricky little par 3. Frank missed the green off the tee.
Yeah, but this is certainly a tricky little shot coming up here at the par 3.
All right, Frank, just on the fringe. He might be thinking about making this.
Yeah, he's a better chipper than you, Rich. It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
You like this one, Frank?
Oh, it's a good one. Safely on. Even par currently.
And he makes it for a bogey here. Frank, how about the first par 5 on the golf course here at the third, just a shade under 530 yards. Good birdie opportunity?
It certainly is. There's 3 bunkers just down that left side. Avoid those, and this par 5, very reachable.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, how important is club selection?
The best players in the world make the best decisions. They choose the clubs, and the right clubs, more often than anyone else. When the flag is on the front, you'll often see them slightly past the flag. When the flag is at the back, you'll see them. Choosing the right is probably one of the hardest things to learn in the game of golf.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Just a couple of feet. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. An ill-timed double bogey for him, but he has to make it first. Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
Action is underway, and we'll take you out to hole number 4. Frank, what's happening early in this third round? Doesn't look good.
Oh, it's a shocker, Rich. It really is. There's nothing like we saw the first 2 days. A series of mistakes just compounding one after the other. Really right now, talk to the caddy, talk to somebody, talk to someone in the crowd. You've got to change things around.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You've hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green.
Another good swing, another good approach shot.
Long putt here. This will require a good touch. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
Frank, what's the key here at the 5th hole? It's par 4, 424 yards.
The first real stringent tee shot of the day. 3 bunkers, first one not really in play. That third one in the distance, unless you're someone like a Bubba Watson, you should be able to aim at that and not reach it.
Good contact, good result. Obviously, Frank, you want to hit good shots at a place like this, but you also want to take some shots. You want to snap off a few pictures because it's breathtaking.
I thought you were talking about big game hunting there, were you saying, you don't want to shoot these animals, they're beautiful. No, yeah, it is. It's wonderful to come up here and play golf.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Settles in over the putt. Wow, I thought he made that. Well, Frank, you hear it so often. This is a game of dealing with your miscues.
That's the beauty of this game of golf. It giveth and it taketh away.
Well, too bad. He gives one back. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 sixth hole, reasonably short at 373 yards, a lot of golfers arrive at a hole like this and they'll think, well, I'm just going to blast it away because it's such a short four. You think these kinds of holes require a little more thinking?
They certainly do, Rich. If you can't drive it to the front edge of the green, there's no point really trying to hit it through that narrow neck. You can just sort of knock a 3-wood down there, or something that's going to give you a decent yardage where you can at least spin that second shot. If you can guarantee that ball's going to stop when it lands, it's going to be much easier than trying to fashion some sort of pitch and run.
In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Looking to splash this softly onto the green. Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Well, that one's got a sting. That's a good stroke.
Good roll. Now to the second par 5 on this opening 9. Frank, this is a pretty long hole, 602 yards.
Well, it's called hoodoo. Do you know what hoodoo means? It means bad luck, actually, so you don't really want to be thinking about that on this tee shot. 602 yards, if you belt one off the tee, well, you might avoid the bad luck.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. No fairway here, this one in that rough. Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut, not too bad. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday and trying for another one today. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Getting set now over the putt. Never a bad score on the card. That's par. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. When that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag. Well,
this one should be safely on deck here. Played that one on the commercial side, as they say in the professional game, inside 30 feet.
Yeah, 27 feet to be precise, but to make it from there, that's asking for a bit.
You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants a do-over there.
He's made it. Just love the variety here on the front side, Frank, coming off that short par 3 eighth. Now we go to another par 5 to round out the side, 501 yards.
And the third par 5. Interesting front 9 here. 3 par 5s, 3 par 3s and 3 par 4s. This one not the longest par 5, but still reachable. This one you have to be a little bit careful though. This is probably the toughest driving hole on the front 9 with regard to par 5s.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. This requires a lot of speed through the ball. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Nothing wrong with that par putt. He struggled on the front, but a chance to regroup here on the inward half, Frank.
Well, if you look at a round of golf and you made a couple of double bogeys on the first or you made a couple of double bogeys on the end, it would still add up. Now let's hope that the back 9 is all gravy. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Just an excellent shot right there, about 5 feet away. Good chance. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Missed putt and a drop shot here at the 10th. Just a couple of feet. He's made it. Getting ready to start the back nine here at Banff Springs. And Frank, you better be ready on this 10th tee. This requires a good shot.
Even though the hole looks like it bends towards the right, the best access to this hole is actually a little draw off that tee. That's the direction of the green, so a nice high draw in here. This is way left going left.
And that one's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Headed for the bunker? Well, he'll have to get up and down from the bunker to save his par. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank, that reminds you of maybe what, the greatest bunker player of all time? Frank, you hate to miss it from that distance.
More than a setback there.
Just a little tap in here. Losing a bit of ground now in this tournament. With the bogey, falls to 2 over. Frank, what are we looking at here at the par 4 12, 442 yards?
Players are really focused on that bunker down the left side. That's the one that has to be either laid up, which would be 286 yards off the tee, or sort of worked off. This could very well be a 3-wood off the tee. Just hit it straight at that left bunker.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid.
Our computer gives us 23 feet, Rich.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Well, not in contention, but in for par. Par 3 13th, it's 225 yards. Frank, you happy walking out of here with a 3?
Yeah, take a 3, go to the next hole, unless it's match play.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
He'll settle. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. Everything has gone wrong today, just continues to be ugly. Back here at the par 4 14th, and we are ready to tee off. 442-yard hole, Frank.
It's called Wampum. My Canadian's not that good, so I don't know what that means, but the way I decipher it, another little dog leg to the right with bunkers all over the place. It's sort of in the place where you'd like to hit the tee shot is exactly where that crop of, what is that, 5 bunkers down the left side. So you're going to have to somehow squeeze it just right of that. Very awkward tee shot.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday. And he has a good chance to make another one today. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
This shot, 170 yards. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit. Given the conditions, but once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze, but down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Par yesterday, now for birdie. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Frank, you know what gets me about this game? Here a person makes a legitimate effort, makes a good stroke, and that ball spins around and is just laughing at the player. And now what's left, you could breathe on that ball. It counts the same as a 300-yard drive. It's not right.
But it's the beauty of the game.
Oh, this looks good.
It certainly is.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Wind's still a challenge out there, and they've thrown him off all day long. Let's see if he can find some comfort level here. Frank's this one going to be okay?
Yeah, just a little right. Seemed like good contact.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Settles in over the putt. He'd settle for par here. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Frank, that is painful.
I mean, all he had to do, just hit it. Just hit it.
So they'll tap in. Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best.
Just 2 holes left here at Banff Springs, and Frank, another par 4. This one, short, 374 yards.
It is. It's named Sarsi, which is a tribute to the Indian tribes here and the First Nations of Canada. So just think about that when you're teeing it off here on what is not an overly difficult par 4. Oh, they've had some meat behind it.
Frank, as we get set for this second shot here at 17, did you like the aggressive play off the tee?
Well, fortunately, you've got a second shot here, but now you've got to fashion some sort of bump and run. But it's a bit dicey trying to hit it all the way up there off the tee.
Sit down, get down.
Oh, this is going.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
And he's made the green. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Been a rocky round. Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you can't reach.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Second from an excellent lie. That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Count it, that's a birdie. That concludes round 3 here. Not a very good one, Frank.
Yeah, really a poor performance is the only way to put it. Rich, missing putts throughout the round really kept them back from putting anything of consequence together.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage. Today it's live final round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. We start off here at the first with a par 4, 414 yards. Frank, what's the key to playing this hole?
You could hit driver or 3-wood down there. Their only real concern, that bunker a long way down the left side. 3-wood would never reach that. And just a short iron in to a relatively flat green.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, now the second shot here at the par 4 opening hole. What are we looking at?
Well, with a short iron in hand, Rich, I mean, you just go flag hunting straight out of the gate. It's a generous green.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. That's how you maintain momentum. You make those putts for par. Frank, it's always nice to begin a round with a little variety. We had a relatively short par 4 opening hole and now a par 3 to back it up.
You can see why short iron play is going to be paramount today, Rich. Short iron into the first hole and a chance here to hit another short iron into a short par 3. So you can get off to a very fast start.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens.
This is an awkward length.
Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard. Even par, currently.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, how about the first par 5 on the golf course here at the third, just a shade under 530 yards. Good birdie opportunity?
It certainly is. There's 3 bunkers just down that left side. Avoid those, and this par 5, very reachable.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. And setting up here in the rough. That shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close, that's good. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just look at this hole, Frank. A par 3, 192 yards. It is beautiful.
It's called Devil's Cauldron, but with that lake, I think that should cool you down, not heat you up. Just keep an eye on that drop of elevation. For every 10 yards, you should reduce it by a club. So it's going to play some 50, 60 feet downhill.
Headed for the bunker? Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. And once again, off the tee and in the bunker. Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll.
Frank, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but no doubt it feels good. Well, again, Frank, we get that good mix of holes here. We've had a couple of par 3s, a short par 5, and that opening par 4. Now at the 5th hole, 424-yard par 4.
The first bunker on the right, not really in play for the good players. Just be a little cognizant of that one on the left side. Depending on what club you want to hit off the tee. Ideally, that line is the third bunker, the one in the distance. That's a good line off the tee here. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch, nerve, had it all, and he has the bottom of the barrel. Now at the 6th hole here at Banff Springs, it's a short par 4, only 373 yards, and the short par 4, Frank, all the rage in golf course architecture these days.
A lot more strategy involved when you've got a hole that you can nearly reach with a tee shot. It's how far back do you leave it, what sort of distance you want that second shot. All those things to compute. Straightforward, a little bit uphill. Basically, it's what you want for your second shot.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is gone.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
And he's made the green. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. So frustrating sometimes on the greens, isn't it? Drop shot here at the 6th. This hole is really getting the best of them for bogey once again. Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. Well, Frank, how about this hole? 602 yards, a par 5, although I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. 602 yards these days for a long hitter.
What are you saying? It's a drive and a 7-iron?
That's a mid-range par 5.
Well, yeah, 2 woods, the longer hitters will definitely get at home there, especially in good conditions. But bunker down the left, avoid that, carry that, and then we can think about the second shot.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Nice position, short grass, second shot.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. He'll need to be strong with this. Frank, there's a real art to putting a good score on the board, isn't there?
Yeah, that's why stroke play is so tough, Rich. You're trying to minimize everything on a golf course, turn a 6 into a 5 or a 4 into a 3. It's like even off the edge of the green, trying to get up and down in 2 rather than 3. And you've got to do it for 18 straight holes, straight holes. If it's a 72-hole tournament, then you've got to do it for 4 straight days. And that's why that's always been the best predictor of our best players, the ones that can go 4 days and make the least number of mistakes.
Solid play, heart of the green. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. You love to watch him disappear, don't you? Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water. Frank, only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15 foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. You just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just a couple of feet. Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best.
So we'll round out the front side here at Banff Springs with a par 5 and reasonably short at only 501 yards.
So very reachable because of that yardage that you just referenced. Hole bends a little bit to the right. You can favor the left side with a tee shot. It's just going to make that angle on the second a little bit easier.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. In the thick stuff.
Thick? It's brittle out there.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. Not quite enough on that one. Couple of feet short.
Yeah, hopefully he taps it in. Not his best, but hopefully it's just 2 putts.
Frank, you hear it so often. This is a game of dealing with your miscues.
That's the beauty of this game of golf. It giveth and it taketh away.
Frank, this is just an embarrassing performance.
There's no crying in golf, Rich.
Frank, we begin this back 9 with a real test. It's a 218-yard par 3.
And it's very easy to get lulled into the shape of that lake there on the right side and try and hit a cut in here. But that cut's going to work against the natural shape of the hole. If anything, a nice high draw. Repetitive is often sounds boring. This is just shot after shot, and it's anything other than that. Spectacular.
Go ahead and do that for birdie. So off the long par 3/10, we are at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4, Frank.
It looks like a straightaway par 4, Rich, but if anything, the hole actually bends to the left, and you really want to follow that natural contour of that. Just sort of draw it off those bunkers on the right, or just simply carry it over the ones on the left. But ideally down the left side, it avoids that pine tree that's further down.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Good swing, good shot yet again. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. Oh my goodness, he missed it. He missed a bunny. That's like missing a layup in basketball. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Here at the 12th, par 4, 442 yards. Frank, what's ahead?
This one's called Big Boat. Hole's certainly a lot longer than the 10th hole, which is Little Boat. Dog legs to the player's right, a couple of bunkers down the left side. That first bunker on the left shouldn't be too much of a problem to carry. But once again, even though the hole bends to the right, you'd like to be down the opposite side of the fairway, which is the left. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Dialed in now for this second shot here to the 12th hole, Frank.
A chance for another birdie, Rich. Just be a little aware of this green. Nice little rolls and contours and different levels. So just be aware of exactly where that flag is cut today. And just try and keep it on that section.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. And he makes it for par. Par 3 13th, it's 225 yards. Frank, you happy walking out of here with a 3?
Yeah, take a 3, go to the next hole, unless it's match play.
And it makes the green in regulation. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
He's made it. Thirteenth hole, par 3, 225 yards and heavily bunkered around that green, Frank.
It is, but that green gets narrower as the hole gets longer. Nothing wrong with hitting the ball sort of the middle part of the green here. Well, where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough. Rich, with a lie like that on the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or two more.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank, this is where the mental game really comes into play. You've hit a second consecutive shot into the rough.
This could compound very, very quickly, so now's the chance to just take a little breath, take a breather, and try to make sure this shot certainly gets out.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That is a solid par putt. Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Get in. Yes, good putt. Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favour a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Frank, looking at this approach now to the 16th, what does the player need to be aware of?
You've got to make sure you fly the ball every inch of the way here, Rich. The ball won't kick forward because of that false front. So making sure you at least club up, not club down. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Oh, I thought he had that. Looks like he just misread that. Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. Frank, as we make our way to the house, a chance here at the 17th, just 374 yards, a chance for a birdie.
It certainly is. Anytime you see a hole today under 400 yards of par 4, that is, you know you're going to get a short on your eye. You know you're going to get a short iron in your hand if you hit a good tee shot. Just avoid the bunkers left and right off the tee. Green does slope back to front, so it pitches nicely towards you, making that second shot, if anything, a little easier. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. So it was a conservative play off the tee. What are we looking at now on this approach shot here at 17, Frank?
Well, the reason why you play a conservative tee shot is so that you can go directly at the flag, and that's exactly what you have here. It's just all about yardage.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Coming off a bogey here yesterday, chance to make it right. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good, line looked good, just did not take that final break.
Settles in over the putt. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Here we are at the 18th at Banff Springs, 578-yard par 5. Frank, did you like to finish a round with a par 5?
Certainly if I could birdie it, that's for sure. And there's a good chance here at 18 you can, but there's bunkers galore. They're all in play for various standards of play. But the reward is if you can pump one down the middle of the fairway there, and then you reduce this par 5 to simply a drive and an iron.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Frank, this is a shot any player would love to have. Trying to finish off a round, par 5 18th. What are we looking at?
Well, half the job's done with that tee shot, which was just tremendous, Rich. Now, it really is a big opportunity. If you can just sort of flush that second shot, this is a big green. A good chance coming up ahead here for eagle, at least a birdie. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Bogey here yesterday. Chance to better that today. Well, at last, a birdie. Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
Well, I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf. And it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.